Sunshine, do you know what time it is?
You ready?
Been ready.
Well, let's go.
Ready to take over the world.
It's the truth about a boss.
Welcome to another episode. Talk About It Tuesday with your favorite host, B. Brown, the Revolutionary.
And Sunshine La Reina. Today is Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022, and we're coming to you live from YouTube, Facebook, and the boss's own personal page.
Yes. We are all those places. So today's show, we're going to get right into it because it's something that we all have experienced, we all have been a part of, and that's fake snake friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I've been around some snakes. I'm talking about some snakes.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I was around a bunch of snakes and that I had a den of snakes around me because at the time, me being pure at heart, I thought everybody was on the same page.
Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
You could win a shady.
That's the problem. You think everybody has the same level of loyalty and truth and respect and kinship and friendship as you do, and they really just don't.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, you better be aware of the company that you keep because people get exposed every day for the low down and dirty deeds they do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Fake friends have always been around. That's where the word frenemy comes from.
Exactly.
So, it's not anything new. However, I feel like it's more common now than anything. And people love to throw around the word friend this, friend that.
Exactly.
No, no,
People use that
no.
word way too loosely for my liking. Everyone's not your friend.
Right.
I'm
You got to be able to differentiate a friend from a foe, from an associate, from a business partner.
I remember I was 7 years old and I came home from school and my daddy and I said to my dad, I was like, Daddy, I made a friend at school today. He was like, you didn't make a friend. You don't have no friends. You have associates. And
Hmm.
from that day, that's how I felt when people were like, how are you feeding to my life? Like all those facets that really make up a friend. You have to be careful who you actually call your friend. Because
Hmm.
most often than not, the people in your circle are really not in your corner. You know what I'm saying?
True that. And then not only that, but then you got the fake friend family members.
Mm. Oh, hi, Auntie. Oh, hi, Niecey Pooh. But behind your back, they praying on your downfall.
Oh, I heard you done did this. I heard you did. Don't never support anything that you do.
Oh, I saw your cute little. That word little. Be mindful of that word little. That's the
Yes.
ministry. No,
Yes.
I know. If when they say I heard about your little this, your little that. No, they really hating on the low.
Mm-hmm.
They really
Mm-hmm.
praying for your downfall. They really are.
Yeah. So always be aware. Um, because at the end of the day, you can easily fall victim to a friend,
Mm-hmm.
as in our three guests did today. And it saddens me to have to bring this story to the forefront But the truth of the matter is, it's something that needs to be talked about. It needs to be put on the forefront, and people need to be mindful of the people that they deal with.
Most definitely.
So I know we've all been hearing about Miss Shanquella Robinson,
Yes.
and there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, I don't think anybody has a big update, but right now we are at the point where her mother gave an interview, her father gave an interview, and we know for a fact that the friends just left her in
Mm-hmm.
Mexico. Like they left her unalived body in Mexico. There is no way
Never.
in the living earth realm
Never.
that if I'm your friend and something happened to you, even if you pass, I will not leave you where you have passed away at. I'm not going to leave you until your body is secure and I have information, and I'm going to be on the phone with your parents. Like, I'm going to make sure everything is set out correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real friend like that. I'm loyal like that.
Exactly. I was
I'm
raised in come together, you leave together.
right. And
That's
see, I
it.
don't believe in that behind the back plot, slithery, snake style friendships that's going on today. That's why I'm such a loner. I don't even got time to try to figure out if you're going to snake me or not. I don't have
Exactly.
time for that.
Exactly. I stay by myself for a reason. There's too many fake people. And you know what the problem is? Like a lot of people are struggling together and people hate on your struggle life. Like they
Yeah.
really do. Like they really hate the fact that you are struggling and in peace. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like they really hate that. Like that light that they like that you have, then people sit and they hate on that so much. It's like we live in the same life. Like we can help each other. We can help one another succeed and uplift one another. And that's kind of sort of what happened with Miss Shanquella Robinson. Like they all could have been in business together. She was doing her thing.
Exactly. Whew,
Blessing.
excuse me. But the thing is this, please watch out when you begin to go higher in your life. When you start to say, I want more for myself in my life, and you
Mm-hmm.
start moving different, and if
Mm-hmm.
those same people start moving different as well,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? You got to watch out for that.
Most definitely. You have to watch what people say and what people are doing. Like if they're not moving in the same aspect that you are moving in, and people aren't trying to live the same life that you are living, like sometimes you have to leave people behind to move forward because not everyone is on the same path that you were on. We can all be doing the same thing and want the same goals and have the same aspirations, yet and still, if we're not all moving in that same goal together, then you have to leave them kind of people behind. You can't drag them along because those are the haters. They're mad because they're not moving the way that you want to move. They don't have they don't have the same drive that you have. You have to leave those kinds of friends alone.
Exactly. Because you can't make someone have a hustle about themselves. You can't
Exactly.
make somebody have a forgiving heart. You can't make somebody show love. You can't make
Exactly.
somebody stop being a hater. This is something you have to work on personally
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, Shanquella went on this trip with 6 additional people. And from
Mm-hmm.
all of the research and all of the information that has come out, we realized that the guy in the orange shirt is supposed to be her best
Right.
friend. Best friend. Okay.
And that word is used so loosely too. Your best friend is somebody that should be like womb to tomb. Like they know you from like ins and out. They have been there with you. Like not somebody you met 3 seconds ago at the corner store and like, oh, that's my best friend. Like, no, that's not your best friend. That's somebody that you just met.
Or somebody that bought you a pizza at the store. Now they're your best friend. Come
No.
on now. No. No, you're already making yourself a victim by being
Exactly.
vulnerable to people
Mm-hmm.
that you don't even know. You have a friendship is 100% earned.
Most definitely.
So, like I said, Mr. Orange Shirt, I believe his name is Khalil. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to try to get into trying to understand these people's names because I could care less about who they are. But what I do care about is what they did to this poor girl, Shanquella Robinson, because at the end of the day, that could have been any one of us.
Yes,
Either one
ma'am.
of us, easily. And it didn't even have to be a trip to Mexico. It could have just been a night out on the town. Exactly, Keena. How many of us have them, honey? Let's be real. Let's be real. And blessings to you, Keena. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Miss Kena.
Here showing up with your girls and talk about it Tuesday. And another thing that I noticed about these friends is that when the video, okay, so the video that surfaced of the fight, so before the fight was actually put out, they said two of the guys had put the video out, but they took it down pretty swiftly for the simple fact that they had put the song up there with Kelly Price, the one that she got with R. Kelly.
Yes.
You know the one Kelly said you're sleeping with another woman just because you see me with the dozen. Yeah, I know the song with the cheating scoundrel, honey. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's being rumored, and I've read in numerous reports that one of them scalawags, boyfriends or whoever they had going on with them, they liked Shanquella. They took a liking to her or something like that. Maybe they text her phone, honey. Maybe they call her phone. Maybe they was in her DM and she was just laughing them off like, nah, I can't move like that player. Ain't no telling. But I feel like, what was that?
Some folks have integrity and they aren't them kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I feel like it was a plot from the get-go. I don't necessarily think that they went and said, we finna take her life. I don't think that was the point of interest, so to speak. I think it was more so we finna teach her a lesson.
Exactly.
We finna teach her a lesson. And see, you cannot go around doing stuff like that. You don't know how vulnerable a person's body is to a lick or to this. She don't even look like a fighter.
Exactly. Like her demeanor doesn't say I'm very aggressive. I want to be about that kind of person. She looks like a person that was about her business, about her work, about her craft, and that was about getting money.
Yes.
That's why she got to where she was.
Exactly. Kena said that y'all see the latest police report that states that she was still alive when the first paramedics got there, but the friends wanted her treated at the villa instead of transporting her. Yes, honey, we saw that. And that's another thing. I feel like they did not want her treated because they knew that all of the injuries would come out right then and there, which you can't hide them from God anyway, because look at what happened. Oh Lord, I just can't with these people. But let's get into this video right quick that I came across that somebody sent me of her cousin on TikTok. It's a short video, but it's very informative because when she speaks, she's going to speak and give some clue information that we all need to hear. So let me pull this video up right quick. At the end of the day, Shanquella was a businesswoman.
Meticulous with it as well. You saw her contracts?
Yeah, I did. I did. I seen it. I did. So this is Shanquella's cousin, and like I said, let's just listen to what she had to say.
She was a Capricorn. She graduated from college. My cousin braided little kids' hair. She had 3 businesses actually. She braided hair. She had a clothing boutique online, and she also sold bundles of hair. She sold weed. Shanquella, I feel like all this beef started when she took out a PPP loan. Her business took out. Her friends took out PPP loans. So just imagine if all of us take out PPP loans, but my business banging and y'all shit failing. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that already.
Yeah.
Because she looked out for everybody. She paid for the whole fucking trip.
Yes.
She said she was ready to go home. That's why they jumped on her. Because she said, I'm ready to go. I'm not dealing with this. I'm finna burn out. I'm finna check out. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, pack y'all shit. Let's go. They ain't none of that. So they bullied her. And then after they killed her, they took her credit card and went out to the club. That's why the money.
I heard that too.
They stole her money. And they stole her credit card and went out to the club. Came back. While she was dead now, they put pajamas on her because she was naked. They put pajamas on her, put her up in the chair, like propped her up in the chair like she was woke type shit. First of all, you feel me? And they went out to the club, came back the next morning. They called 911, hung up the phone. They got their shit. They got a bitch. She was a Capricorn.
All right. So, like I said, it was a short video, but it was very informative. Let's talk about that real quick.
Now, I believe that.
Yeah. So she said that they all took out PPP loans, but Shanquella was strategic in her planning and her businesses. Boom, they took off.
I believe it.
Now, mind you, you can't decide that you're going to do business and want to make money and you out here trying to floss. Because everybody know that a business don't really take off until like the second or third year. You're going to have to spend some money to make some money. So I've heard numerous people talk about the fact that they always was talking about her money. Boss Quella, boss this and boss that. You know, like why your focal point always got to be on this girl money?
But because she was making boss moves that they weren't.
And you know what? What the real deal truth is, Sunshine? They admired the hell out of her, but didn't know how to say it.
Jealousy and envy, those things, they will eat. Jealousy, envy, and pride. All the things
wanted to be just like this woman.
They were too prideful to get guidance from this young woman and how she moved, and did what she did. That's the problem. There is never a problem in asking someone who is successful how they attain their success.
Exactly.
Never.
Because the thing is this, at the end of the day, if I am your friend, baby, I want you to be successful too.
I want you to eat at my table with me. We want to eat. I want you to eat together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We got plates. I'm not the only one with a plate. We got plates.
I got a caterer in the back.
Exactly.
We all eating together.
Exactly. So I'm gonna play another video, a short video about her father with his interview, some of the things that he said. You know, it's just some key points because all of this ties into nothing. All I see is a big J. Jealousy. That's all I see. I don't see anything other than jealousy when it comes to this situation.
And lack of drama. Jealousy and lack of drive.
Yeah.
Phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling. So I picked the phone up and it wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, I'm saying gone, gone where, and she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped and I just started crying. I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went sailing with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, you know, from there, you know, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night.
This information came directly from someone who is friends with Dejane's mother, and this information was communicated because people were upset about the fact that only one angle is being showed, and that is Dejane assaulting your daughter. This was not a fight. This was a brutal assault.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. You heard that?
Yeah.
That you know, she picked up by the neck and slammed on the ground, and once they slammed her, she didn't get back up. Did not get back up. So I guess that slam right there must have broke her neck and her spinal cord. So he was the last one. Something about he was the last one. He was the last one about her breathing or something, you know.
So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good, so I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart and hope that
he playing soft music and rubbing her head. Really? You know, you saw the bruises. You saw the bruises. You came in the house. You want to sit there and say you played music and rub her head, and then she took a last breath, you left? You saw the music. I mean, come on, man, really? You should have came in that house. Hey, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all staying down here. Y'all staying down here. Y'all not going back. Y'all not back going to the United States. I didn't came in here and saw these bruises. Y'all didn't hurt this girl. No. Y'all ever thought that she got a mother and a father? You got people back here in the States that love her and care about her. Should have did more than what you did. You trust and believe me, every last one of y'all. Y'all would have stayed there at that hospital down there with my daughter. I would have made sure y'all got back here. You wouldn't have been staying in no Mexico. That would have meant a whole lot to me, knowing that you stayed down there with my daughter till I got there or we got there.
Exactly.
Which I know it wasn't but God that led me to her. So me and my brother got on that phone and started Googling all the funeral homes that was over in Mexico, Cabo. So we came up with funeral home Riviera, funeral home over there.
Wait a minute, and I ain't said they had to just find that child.
Exactly.
They didn't even know where she was at.
Why are you not informing her parents of it, like minute by minute, second by second, what is going on with their deceased child in your foreign country?
That's because you got something to hide.
Exactly.
If you didn't have nothing to hide, you would not have moved the way you move. You move just like a criminal.
Exactly, because y'all didn't do your true due diligence and finding out what truly happened to that young lady.
Facts.
That's why. That's why.
Let's continue on, Sunshyne.
And first we called, a guy answered the phone. He didn't speak English. So we called back again, and another young lady answered the phone. And her name was Elizabeth. And from that point on, she said, I asked her, you have Shanquella Robinson over there? She said, yes, sir. Miss Robinson, I'm sorry for your loss. I said, Mr. Robinson, I'm going to stick with you until I get your daughter back to the state. That lady was like an angel. After I wired the money, they got the body. So did the paperwork, and it'll take a while for that paperwork to get done because they transfer everything over into English.
Yeah.
So she got back here last Thursday, around about 5 o'clock. So I'm sitting there in the funeral home. As soon as that door opened and that box came in there with her in it, man, you know, just cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to leave out the funeral home. My brother had to pull me out of there. You know, I'm sitting here, you know, looking at her, seeing, you know, a knot on her head, her eye swole, she got a cut lip. And, you know, just, you know, that's no alcohol wasn't going to do all that, you know.
Okay, now, Sunshyne, he said she had a busted eye, a busted lip, and a knot on her head. You mean to tell me that if I'm rubbing you in your head and playing soft music, I didn't see this on your face?
You can see it in the video.
Come on now. And as your friend, you mean to tell me that I'm not going to be looking at you like, what happened? Oh my God, like outraged?
I'm not going to call whatever form of 911 your country has, like 911, 611, whatever it is that you call to get the ambulance over there. I'm not going to call them. If I'm really your friend and I love you as a friend is truly supposed to, and I'm supposed to be looking out for you, no, those were not her friends. Those were her haters.
Not her friends. Those were not her friends. Because at the end of the day, why?
Exactly.
Everything is just not adding up, honey. But let's keep listening.
You know, so this is something not adding up right here. So y'all gonna come back here to the States, bring her luggage back, sit right there in her mom's, in her sister.
That is the
face,
most part.
Ate.
Hold on. So y'all done went and chewed, crunched, belched. I'm talking about not full.
Probably peed in her toilet and everything.
I'm talking about, and he had the two of the females with him. Y'all done went to this young woman's house. So disrespectful.
Yes. Hugging on her mama, saying, I don't know what happened. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know what's going on. You lying in her face like that? Come on now.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Give a shout out to Miss Sharonda McMillan, Shanquella Sweeting. We love you. We love you. And let's see, that Mahogany Shania. Thank y'all for coming through.
Told y'all story, how it happened, alcohol poisoning and all that. And then, you know, 2 or 3 days later, when that report came back, the lady told me, no, Mr. Brown, your daughter didn't die of no alcohol poisoning. She died, it was trauma to her neck and her spinal cord. It was broke. So that's when I just had it. I said, no, I said, baby girl, your daddy is not gonna let you die in vain. I will get justice for you. And it's a shame, you know, for y'all men to be sitting in the room, the video I saw.
Yeah.
For y'all men to be sitting in that room and y'all let this go on, ain't do nothing. And Khalid, you supposed to be her best friend for 5 years.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
5 years, you her friend, and you sit up and let this go on. And y'all recording it.
That's my thing. How, if I am your friend, I could never in life allow someone to assault you in my presence, especially if you're inebriated.
Exactly. And
never.
Why was she naked? She was naked because they ambushed her. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, it was I just feel like she was completely thrown off guard. She didn't know what was going on, but she was straight ambushed and they jumped her.
Yes.
They jumped her.
And just like he said, why is there only the one video out? Now mind you, I have searched everywhere. And I could not find the video that this man is describing anywhere online.
Honey, maybe, who knows? And then my thing is this, I feel like she also was maybe a little sluggish from the night before. And you know how it is. You done turned up and you tired the next day. Honey, we all done been there.
Exactly. We have been.
It leads me to believe that they gave her extra.
Could have been. Just because they didn't. Did you see the video when she was looking for them? And she followed, and the one guy came out, and the way he sounded when she caught up with him, and the way they all sounded when she linked up with them inside the room. Like,
do you want me to pull it out?
If you can, yeah, because the vibe was just so off. And people were saying it's just because no, it's just, if that's your friend, we all sit in a room together, and I'm not going to have that kind of like stank vibe towards a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like, really, like it was stank booty energy. Like, they really did not want her to be around them. That's how I felt.
That's how I felt too, honey.
I mean,
That's how I
however,
felt.
when boss pull it up, y'all can figure it out for yourselves. However, like that's my discernment. That's her discernment.
Like seriously, like I know for a fact that the energy was off.
Like even the way he
It
looked
was
back,
off.
like when he looked back, like why you even here? Like his
It
face
was
read
off.
BITCH. That's what his face read. His face read BITCH. Why are
Yeah.
you even here? And then when the girl was on the bench, the girl, I think
Mm-hmm.
it was that one girl, Winter. She looked, the look on her face when she looked up at her, it was just like, why are you even in this room? It was really weird to me.
Oh yeah.
It
It was
really,
definitely weird. It was definitely giving me I'll set you up. I don't like you like that for real vibes. And you think I'm your friend, but I'm really your friend of me.
exactly.
That's the type of vibe I got from it.
hmm It really,
So
I don't, it just, I've never been around a group of friends where I could feel the animosity towards one person through a video. That's all I'm
honey,
saying.
we got a hold of it this time though, didn't it?
Yeah. Like if that was really
Like
your friend of
I
yours,
could see it. I could see it.
yeah, like it wasn't even cute. Like even the way his walk changed, it was like real stank. Like, like why are you even on the side of the room? Like, how did you even find out where we were? Do you know what I'm saying? Even the way she was calling towards them when she was going,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was just, I don't know, it was just completely weird to me. How did y'all do?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the video of her calling towards her friends, like saying it don't take this long to get naked, and then her going in the room? Did anyone else see
Right.
this? And did y'all get that kind of energy towards that same video that we did? Because I just want to know if it was just like I'm reading too much into that energy because I know what happened, or it was the way of
I
people.
don't
Like,
think so. I don't think so. I think that it's exactly what it is.
let us
One
know
thing,
what you think. Let us know what y'all
sure,
think.
yeah, is that people gonna show you who they are. All you gotta do
Mm-hmm.
is just sit back and look. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
do anything special.
At all, just
Just
be
sit
who
back,
you are
relax,
as
and
a
look.
person, and they will show up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there was no reason that. And then I don't know. I know all of my, like I have a 24-year-old child, and I know all of like her friends, like the people that she will go away with, like the people that the houses that she stays over, like they've been in my
Mm-hmm.
making bread together. Like I know their parents, so it's like when your parents are like, well, she said they're just someone she knew from school. Are they like really your friend?
Right.
If your parents don't know your friends, are they really your friends?
Exactly.
I'm just saying,
Exactly now.
because I know my parents know all of my friends, and it's this many.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. It don't take much to understand what was really going on here.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely was in a den full of snakes. And
And
that's all there is to say about it. There's nothing else to say about it. She was in a den full of snakes.
however, if that person is supposed to be your friend, and you see them moving in ways that you like, listen, like I need that kind of discipline. That I have that fire, but I don't know that discipline. Ask your friend first, like how she do what she do. Like get some pointers, get some help. Like don't just be envious. Like envious breeds like such toxicity. It don't make no sense. Like don't how you gonna envy your friend? You should encourage your friend to be the best that they can be in life and succeed. You're not supposed to hate.
Ooh, you said something, but it's so hard to get that these days. You can
Oh,
barely get it out of your family members. You know what I mean?
let's talk
Because
about it.
a lot of the times, you know, I have just been hardened to the fact where I don't even care if people support me no more or not. Because the people you think gonna support you don't.
Exactly. The ones that's supposed to support you don't. It'd be perfect strangers. Giving you all kinds of love, support, boosting you all it'd be complete strangers.
Yeah.
Because in your corner, like Shanquella's friends supposed to be in her corner, are the ones really hating on you on the low.
That's right. And I'm not saying it's everybody, but baby,
child,
keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open, honey. Keep your eyes open.
Like, I know your little project going this way. I know your little no.
Shanquella Robinson recording her friends telling them to change into their bathing suits right before the attack. Let's roll this video.
It don't take that long to get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What? I'm gonna keep it hot. I have suits that I don't want to wear because it's too up. They what Go said they crew.
The one right here. Look back at her.
You saw her face?
Yeah.
And see, I know this is not high quality video, but baby,
you mentioned has now gone viral on social media. In fact, the feds have also told me they have their hands on that same exact video, which is why tonight we are outside the FBI. Now, Shanquella Robinson's family tells me that video is key to proving she did not die from alcohol poisoning, which is what they were originally told. But I do want to warn you tonight again, Shanquella's family wants you and investigators to see this video. It is very graphic. We now know this viral video on social media could lead to an answer. That's at least what the Robinsons are hoping. It is graphic and shows an apparent fight. We blurred some parts because right now we want to be clear. No one has been charged with any crime, but Shanquella's parents say it is her in the video. And the FBI in Charlotte tells WBTV the video has their attention. Quote, the video was referred to the FBI and we encourage anyone with related photos or video to contact the FBI. Shanquella's family also provided this, a copy of her death certificate. They say this document shows foul play. Severe spinal cord injury was one of the causes of death listed. And Molly, I do want to reiterate that video again that you just saw is the new information tonight that the FBI has their hands on it. Now, as far as information in general, it has been hard to get an answer. I did reach out to the Mexican consulate multiple times today, and finally late tonight I was told to contact the embassy.
This is truly a sad situation, Curry gang, and it reminds me of the Kenneka Jenkins situation when she went to the party with her friends and never made it back home.
Come on now. Exactly.
I mean, if you want to talk about it. The same situation.
It's a sad thing that you are really and truly into a group of people thinking that they're your friends, and then boom, all of a sudden you end up in a situation. Her mama said she was a good child and she had a great heart and she did not deserve to be treated like that. And as you can see, that's a picture of her mama.
Can you imagine what she went through? We've all seen that video. We all have. Let's not lie. We've all seen that video. Can you imagine what she went through? Like even the heartbreak she went through before she passed on, and her friends, people that she thought were her friends and loved her, did this to her. Can you imagine the trauma that girl went through?
I ain't trying to be funny, but it's always a box Chevy shaped female always trying to lead a charge to hurt somebody.
A hating ass heifer. A scallywag.
You know what I'm saying? Mad and jealous over everything else other than mad at the right situation. If your man was contacting this girl or something like that or whatever,
check your man.
That's another thing. Check your man. And another thing that I want to address before we move on, all this toxic male energy that these men got.
Child,
I don't like it at all. You're not even gonna fight back. You record sitting up there like a little trick, playing around. I hate this feminine energy on these men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen so much gossip in men and foolishness and femininity. It is ridiculous.
Yes. I call them zesty boys.
Yeah, they zesty boys.
They do not have the same. They will go against the female, want to fight a female, want to pop off to a female, and do not have that same energy when a grown-ass man comes in their face.
Exactly. Because, see, when you start feeling like you too much of a woman and you as a grown, big, babaloo man,
and your big old
feel like you can fight a female, you feel like you can step to a female, you feel like you can try a female, when we all know that you is a man.
Exactly.
Honey.
Exactly. You would not have that same energy for someone that is the same gender as you.
And I don't like that type of energy. That's why, it's certain type of people I just don't want to be around, because I ain't got time for it. Because see, if it go left,
I'm gonna go right.
No,
I'm gonna go right.
No for me.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna do that. I don't have time for that. I don't like that.
No for me. It's a no for me. And see, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said earlier about her. I said that she started from the bottom, now she here.
Most definitely.
Because if you go back and look at her older pictures, she didn't have a swag game up. You can tell that she had got herself together, honey. And she came forth. And she was killing the game.
She made a choice to step her game up. She got her PPP loan and stepped her game up heavy. Why? She had the motivation, and she set everything that she needed to aside and made her choice to go in her direction in life, and they were jealous. It's purely jealous. It makes no sense.
One thing I just want everybody to take from this situation, because we're fixing to move into the next situation that ties into this, because we're not just here to talk about Shanquella. We're here to talk about when you think you got a friend in somebody and they turn around and stab you, it could definitely be detrimental.
But then you have to also think about who you truly call your friends. How do you know? Are they really your friends?
Are they really your friends? Are they really your friends? And I am so thankful that the FBI done got in on this, because she deserved better than this situation. And I'm gonna just pull this up also, because I've been kind of just investigating this situation. So everything that got to do with Shanquella, I've been reading it and watching the videos. I'm talking about it just really hit home, because I have been around a den of snakes.
Praying for your
honey. It says the girl who fought her second, she body slammed her. Malik Dyer, the guy telling her at least hit back. Dejanay Jackson, girl fighting her on video. She claims Quilla fake jumped at her. Khalil Cook, supposed to be her best friend, that has the beard in the video, that didn't do nothing. Elise Hyatt, the girl who leaked the video, fought her second. Her reason for leaking the video is because she claims she was scared. She leaked the video because she wanted to blame it all on Miss Dejanay Jackson, honey. But see, what you fail to realize is, baby, all y'all got to pay for it.
Sure do.
Because all y'all was there. It says sources claim she leaked the video because she was scared, because they blamed everyone, thinking it would cover her butt. and wanted to show that Dejanay Jackson, the girl fighting her on the video, was the one that only fought her. But sources tell us that she fought her second and said it will be another video dropping soon. However, I've seen no video of any sort.
Neither have I.
Okay. I haven't seen any video.
I saw a blurb of her posting on her page that it said to the highest bidder she would give an interview.
Also, the Mexican authorities said that the friends made false statements to them, and she had alcohol poisoning. They didn't know the fight video existed until yesterday. They're very much investigating and looking for answers. But let me just say how they dropped the ball. Because if you go in there and you checking on this woman and you see that she is in a struggle mode, got knots upside her head and all type of stuff like that, you mean to tell me you gonna take it? Oh, it's alcohol poisoning. Case closed. Y'all worse than the United States.
I'm detaining everybody.
Like, that's come on now.
Everybody needs to be put in a separate room to figure out what truly happened, because it's not alcohol poisoning. How her neck get broken? Did she fall over the balcony? Did she fall down the stairs? Did she hit it on a rock or something? Like what really happened?
Yeah.
You don't get your neck broken and your spinal cord fractured from alcohol poisoning. It don't work like that.
It don't work like that. Child boom, child boom. The most you're going to do is be praying, telling God, Lord, please let me get through this, because I won't do it no more.
As you hug that white bowl and somebody holds your head back, child.
And try to drink a little water, child.
Ginger ale and something, cracker, something like that, but you're going to.
And then it says right here, Shanquella Robinson's friend stole $10K from her body, from her before body slamming her and breaking her neck in Cabo. Now, I know I had initially said, like, how did they get back?
Exactly.
Because they went back a day before. Like, you got to pay for that. These people ain't going to just change your flight.
Just because you feel all willingly you want to go home? No, that's like a whole nother country.
Okay, now let me read this, y'all, because this is the newest reports that came out, okay? It says that, and this is her mother's page that I'm getting this information from. So it says that new reports concerning information on Shanquella Robinson now says that she was treated at the scene by a doctor and was alive for close to 3 hours after her injuries. However, the death certificate says she died within 15 minutes of suffering a spinal cord injury while vacationing last month at the swanky Fundadores Beach Club. The Charlotte Observer obtained a police report that revealed Dr. Carolyn Beatriz Ornelas Gutierrez was with Shanquella for almost 3 hours before she was pronounced dead. Winter Donovan of Greensboro, North Carolina, is listed as the individual who called for help. She is also one of the 6 friends that traveled to Cabo with Shanquella. The doctor allegedly told the group that she wanted to transfer Shanquella to a hospital, but they insisted that she be treated at the villa. The doctor and one of her friends started CPR at 4:49 p.m., but Shanquella's heart stopped beating.
Okay, so my whole thing is this. The American doctor said that she died within 15 minutes of her injury. Now, I'm not no medical expert, and I don't know exactly how long it takes for someone to expire or die, pass on after it's broken. So I don't know which report to believe, if she was breathing when the paramedics got there, or if she died within 15. Like, how long did it take the paramedics to get there? Was it 15 minutes, or was it 3 hours? Or is it 3 hours? Like,
this is what I feel like, Sunshine. I feel like they crooked too, the police. I don't feel like I can 100% trust their word. And I definitely can't trust the friend's word. So guess who I got to trust? I got to trust God right now, because God gonna peel this thing back layer after layer after layer after layer. And then one of them gonna come out of hiding and tell it all. Watch.
I was just about to say that. Has anybody seen him? Like, Cletus, where are y'all? Geraldo Faldo from Illinois.
Yeah.
Ain't
and
nobody.
Yeah. And then right, and everybody
she too full.
And there's another little video
before,
she too full. She met her demise. That ain't the full video right there, because on the video he said, we have a dead body, the first dead body. That's what he said in the video.
And word choices, man.
Yeah, like, okay, I don't joke about death, honey.
Me either.
It ain't nothing for me to joke about, baby, because it'll come when it come, and I ain't trying to see it no time soon.
At all.
But to me, that's nothing to joke about at all. Which brings us to, do you want to go ahead and tie Kenneka on into this?
Oh, Miss Kenneka Jenkins?
Yes. We can go ahead and talk about Kenneka, and then we'll talk about the other lady last. Because if y'all don't know, we're going to talk about Kenneka Jenkins along with Tamala Horsford.
Yes.
We'll talk about her last. We all know who Kenneka Jenkins is, right? Okay, if you don't, we're going to inform you exactly who Miss Kenneka Jenkins is, because Kenneka Jenkins, she trusted some friends too. She trusted some friends too. They went to a party. Her I don't know if that was a friend or an associate, Irene. I'm gonna lean more towards her associate.
But she called her best friend. So I mean, is it a best friend associate? Is that a thing?
Girl. I
don't understand.
See, these people in this friend thing, honey, I don't understand it. I can't get into it.
Because the people,
but as you can see right here on the right, this is Kenneka on the left, and on the right is Monifa, one of the friends that she went to the party with. Okay. All right. So, and there's Kenneka, y'all. Y'all remember Kenneka? Kenneka was found in that freezer.
Yes, ma'am.
She was found in that freezer. She met her demise in the freezer because she went to a party with a group of friends, and when she got to the party, evidently she was drunk. And not only was she drunk, but she had some type of pill in her system when they did her autopsy.
It's called topiramate. It's an epileptic drug. It's a drug to treat epilepsy and migraines. And when you mix that medication with alcohol, you do exhibit like behaviors such as Kenneka did when she was stumbling through the hallways. You get like it's dizziness and incoherency and loss of function. So it kind of explains why she seems so very much inebriated if she only even had just like one drink, the mixing of medications.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, to be honest, that maybe she kind of had been, I don't know if they was taking these pills to turn up as a form of turn up, young and dumb, and taking these prescription pills and, drinking with them. Well, I don't know.
Well, it was said that the medication, I'm looking it up right now, that the medication that she was on was in her bloodstream at a therapeutic level. And when a medication's in your bloodstream at a therapeutic level, that means you're taking it over some time so that it works appropriately in your bloodstream and with the chemicals within your own body. However, no one knew that she was taking this medication. So I don't really know what to think about that, because if my child was on an epileptic medication or something for like severe migraines, I would know about it. That's what I would like.
True.
I would know that.
This is true. This is true.
So hold on, let me think. So the drug is called. Hold on, give me 1 second. It's topiramate. It's an epilepsy migraine drug.
Well, in the video, you can see she was like sloppy. And it wasn't even a sloppy drunk. It was like a roofie type.
Right.
High. I've never experienced, but I'm saying I know what people say when they say, stuff like that happen. You kind of just be out of it. You don't even know if you coming or going. Exactly. But as you can see, the girl in the middle with the big bang, baby, that's Miss Irene. And it was Miss Irene's birthday. So Miss Irene, she was having this party at the hotel because she worked there. And she had all these group of little young people, and some of them was thuggish. And first of all, they in Chicago.
Facts.
You already know what it is.
Chirac be in the building.
Chirac be in the building. So she's, walking up and down this hallway. Then she ends up down like in the basement area, y'all.
So, and that was
the basement area.
Like, that was always my whole thing. It's like, how did she get from where she was to the basement? It's not like she'd be like stumbling all about where she was that incoherent that she wouldn't know where she was going. But to wind up in the basement of all areas.
I know it. Like, I feel like somebody led her down there.
Exactly. And then another thing is that part was not even being utilized. It wasn't at all. Exactly. It was by happenstance that someone was renting out that space and those freezers were on, supposedly. So
as y'all can see, it was a group of youngins, and headed up there to do a little partying and whatnot. But these videos should have caught every single moment of Kenneka.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out how it did not catch every single moment of Kenneka. Because
when she rounded that corner and went by herself into the freezer, there's no footage.
There's no footage.
None whatsoever.
Houseway.
So you don't think that every single inch of that building wasn't looked after, video recorded by something or some fashion? Come on, boss.
Y'all, I sit behind this computer so much editing videos and stuff, looking at video. I know when some video been edited. And that video that they brought to the forefront of Kenneka was edited.
Yes.
I am a master editor now. You can't show me no footage and say, oh, here's the raw footage, because I'm going to know if you done edited it or not, honey. Matter of fact, to be honest, anybody can understand it because it's really easy to understand because raw footage is exactly what it says is raw footage. It don't have no bunch of movement to it.
Exactly. There's no choppiness. There is just a complete flow to it. And with those videos, it was completely choppy.
Exactly.
How are you going from one image to another? Like, how is it the one behind her? Like, why don't you see that?
Look at her, y'all.
But then once again, that could have been the mixture of the medication with the alcohol. You never know.
Exactly. But my thing is this. Okay, how did she end up? I know she didn't walk down no steps. She had to get on an elevator. If she would have found some steps, she probably would have fell and hurt herself.
Exactly. But then once again, how would she know exactly where to go to get off to where the freezer was to get off of the elevator?
I feel like somebody led her to it.
And where is that person?
First of all,
they were looking.
Okay, so that hotel is known for trafficking. Let me say that first and foremost.
Yes, first,
okay?
yes.
But the part that gets me more than anything, forget them people. You came with your friend led you out the door and just let you go and then couldn't even find where you was at no more. So once Monifa led her out the room because she was laying down because she had too much. She couldn't do nothing. You know, exactly. She was like she is in the video.
Incapacitated.
Exactly. So her friend got her up and walked her out the room and went back to the room where she was at, and Kenneka wandered off. That sounds like a setup to me. Once again, you done trusted a friend. And so everybody was like on Monifa's case, the one with the bang yang, the one who party it was. Everybody was on her case, so she went live, y'all. And I'm gonna play a clip of the video of what she said because, baby, she told it all. She had enough. She said that, you know, basically she came with you. That was your friend. What you talking about?
Exactly. And you're supposed to look out for your friend. I don't care how drunk. If my friend is drunk like that, incapacitated like that, I'm going to take her home. Because I'm not going to let her sit around people that I don't even know. If I'm at a huge party, anything could happen with a woman that's incapacitated. Anything.
Exactly. So this is the video where Irene exposes Monifa on Facebook for leaving Kenneka.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of everybody. Y'all don't understand. I'm motherfucking
Hold on, and y'all, viewer discretion is advised because, baby, she is doing some cursing, okay?
Saying some words.
I'm tired. That's all. I'm motherfucking tired. Then her and her other people stay telling me, How the fuck is it me? If I came with my 4 people, me, Charlotte, Shakara, and Ernisha, and she came with Monifa, you wasn't invited. On my son, you know you wasn't invited because she asked me and I told you no. You was right there when I said no. I told you no. No, you cannot come. I was not fucking with you at the time. So don't act like I was fucking with you because I wasn't. You can vouch on my son. I said no.
So she told Monifa she couldn't even come to the party, child.
Exactly. You was not even invited.
I wasn't even dealing with you like that at the time. So, you know, you ain't even invited to the party. But she came anyway. Let's keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Cannot come to my party. You was ready. You fucking come out. Then I played the sicko song. I said, turn this off that shit off. I played sicko Maserati and Lil Durk Sheet. Turn this motherfucking weak ass op ass shit off. Y'all got this. Right, this was my plan to leave her sleep so she could, because Bri was gone. So I said, leave her right there. I said, leave her right there sleep because Bri gone. So who the fuck gonna drive y'all home? That's not safe to drive drunk. She was asleep. Monifa wanted to go because I played the op ass song, I guess. Whatever the fuck the case may be, they want to go. But
you know she was drunk. So all that they trying to say she ain't drunk and she only had a cup. Monifa, trash seats, take them out the room. Monifa said she only had a cup. How she only had a cup? She's stumbling. She's stumbling.
And then for a motherfucker to be saying at the end, I left the hotel. On my son, I stayed in the hotel room and sat there for hours. I swear to God, for hours till 6 o'clock to make sure she come back and knock on the door. She never came. Everybody left. So I left. Everybody. I inboxed Monifa. Still got the inbox to this day. Did y'all find her? Fuck. No response. Fuck up out of here.
That's how we knew to come back up to the hotel.
I said, Kenneka didn't fuck with you, Mariah. So why is she hanging with you? And she know this.
Mm-hmm.
She know this for a fact. And you know this for a fact. You know that you was messing with Rico. You was messing with Rico, and y'all both messing with Rico, so y'all ain't fuck with each other. So the loyalty runs with your friend. I'm not trying to hear all that. Y'all wasn't into it, all that. She ain't got no business with you, period. Monifa knew what the fuck was going on. Just like when Moose was finna fight you, Kenneka finna help.
Sounds like
What? The loyalty runs with my friend. I ain't saying I'm into it with y'all, but I never fuck with y'all because she didn't. Why the fuck? I'm confused. I don't know. I can't tell y'all how the fuck did she run off and she was in the hallway. I wasn't with them. That's why I'm saying I don't know how to point. The finger got to me and all this. I just don't know because I don't know.
You know how I got to you. Maya Monifa went on 13th line, said that you left Kenneka when they ass left her. And that's how the thing got on you.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that she just spilled it out right there.
Exactly.
Your friend left you.
Exactly.
And she had you hanging with a chick that you didn't even deal with.
Exactly. So that sounds like what? A setup to me.
A setup and a frenemy. Let's keep it going.
They left her. It ain't take two for one. It's one person. Y'all don't even know where y'all left at the hallway or the lobby. Which one is to make y'all story? Or y'all can't even get the right story. Y'all right. Y'all in the lobby. You come right back in right after you left out.
Right. You to say.
You don't leave me.
I can't tell y'all shit. I'm telling y'all I don't know. I'm honestly telling y'all I don't know. All the fuck I did was have a party with my friend. She the one actually on my son. I was not gonna have this party. She ring. It's your birthday. Everybody who ever know me know I get high and ride around all night till the sun roll up. That's what the fuck I was gonna do. She ring. Don't do it because you do that all the time. It's your 21st birthday. You might as well have a party. You might as well. I had the fucking party. She asked me, can Monifa come? No, I never knew shit about no movie theater. None of that was mentioned to me because we've been planning this shit for months ago. This shit been happening.
And you know she called because she the one went to go get the speaker.
And
okay, so it sounds like that Kenneka was more friends with Irene.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know if they was besties, but they was cool enough where she asked could the other girl come. And Irene was saying basically she didn't fool with that girl.
Exactly. She ain't want her there.
She ain't fool with her.
It don't matter who wrote Mariah. You out there trying to take up for Monifa because she your friend. I don't give no fuck what you talking about. You sound stupid. She right. It don't matter. It don't matter who wrote who. It don't matter at all. You supposed to make sure your friend's safe, and that's what the fuck I did till she left the room with the people she was going with.
Yeah.
She's supposed to handle that after that. Because they was gone. I was told they was going home. And that's what the fuck was supposed to happen. She was supposed to go home. I made my part. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Y'all came together, y'all leave together.
That's right.
And y'all sound dumb. Why would a whole group, if it's already 50 motherfuckers going through the hotel to go search and go look for her, why would y'all leave the room? Why did she come back to the room and nobody's in the room? We did, right? Split it up. Some stay in the room, some go look for her. Y'all can't tell us how to move. Y'all sound dumb as hell up under here.
And then when the search party went on, the party was over with. It's my people of Western Health. And Monifa and them went, and I stayed in the room just in case she come back. Ain't no point in everybody leave. She come back, she drunk the cascade. The motherfucker gotta be. Ain't no motherfucker gonna touch me, but I'm tired of Monifa on this bitch portraying the image. Monifa, you on this bitch portraying the image like it's you. It ain't you. It's me. You. And then y'all went up there. And then you went up on 13 and said, what the fuck she tell them?
Told them you left her in the hallway.
Yeah, I left her in the hallway. You had her.
You want to go so
I ain't pointing no fingers. I never said Monifa did shit or anything to anybody. What I said was I did my part as a friend. I made sure my friend was sleep drunk. To sleep her drunk off because Bree was with them. Bree could have drove them home, but Bree was gone. So how the fuck Monifa or Maya can't drive? So how the fuck?
Hold on. So then that's another friend. Mm-hmm. Bree. Why you leave, Bree? Why you ain't make sure them folk got back home?
Because they ain't really your friends. Y'all gotta stop using this word friend so loosely. For real. A friend's gonna have your back. They're gonna make sure you good. They're gonna make sure you eating, you sleeping, you're safe at all times. That's an associate. That's a person you know, a person you want to hang out with. Your friend is going to make sure that you are good regardless of their good time.
Let's keep it going.
Can anyone of them get home? The person the driver is intoxicated. And the other two cannot drive. So where the fuck was they going? Ain't no pointing fingers. I ain't pointing fingers. I'm just letting it be known. If two people can't drive, Kenneka drunk, where the fuck they going? I'm confused. Ain't no pointing fingers. I'm just saying.
I'm with you.
I'm saying.
I'm confused too.
I'm confused too,
I'm
baby.
confused too, sis.
I'm for real. I'm confused. I'm being for real.
I'm just saying. What?
Pointing fingers is what they do.
Ain't no you she get the most shit. Monifa still can party with people. She still going to parties. I can't without a motherfucker saying is that Irene or if I gotta throw my fist up and beat a motherfucker ass or not. It's not no. Ain't Monifa don't get that.
Cause you threw a party and she was the last one with it though. That don't make sense.
I'm not. I don't get none of that.
And then they keep saying don't point fingers. Y'all should be telling them don't point fingers. They point.
I thought motherfuckers left.
They put your name in the dirt. Yeah. They said that. It don't take. Why would all three of y'all leave the room? 2 of y'all come back in the room. Leave them.
It's 2 years later. Ain't shit to talk about. Ain't shit to explain.
Well, why motherfuckers still making? Why they still?
So why the fuck is MTV on this bitch talking about some Irene Rodgers? That's my point. What the fuck I got to do with anything? Don't keep bringing my name up or saying my name. Don't.
All right, so I think we get the point.
Yes, most definitely.
Child.
Because that's always been my thing. If that's the person I came with, I'm gonna make sure that they're okay. And if the person I came with is too drunk, too high, too whatever, I'm leaving with that person to make sure that they are okay, regardless if I am having a good time or not. It is my obligation as their friend, as being a true friend, to make sure they are safe. That's for my good conscience.
How
do you do
know
that?
What? This is so sad because I know a girl who was with a female at a party and she left her there. No. First of all, yeah, she left at the party. So then some type of way she ended up coming back. Girl, they gets into it. Don't you know she let this girl out in the middle of the road over just some petty childish stuff? And when I tell you this female do not talk to this girl to this day.
And she shouldn't.
Listen. Yes, they have been partying and all that good stuff, but baby, you playing with somebody's life when you're doing something like that. It's late at night. Anybody could have came, picked this person up, healed them, not seeing them. I mean, you really got to watch the company you keep, which brings us into our next situation.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and talk about Tamala, and I'm going to pull up some footage.
Y'all use this word friend too loosely. Now, Miss Tamala Horsford, she was acquainted, and I will say acquaintanced with this woman, only because their children played on the same sports team together, and they only saw each other like when they were having their games and practices. Like, how do you become like friends with someone like that? She'd been to her name was Jean. She'd been to her house one time, and she said that they were friends, and they had this whole like friend sleepover. It was Miss Tamala Harris. It was supposed to be a women's only sleepover. Remember that, female only sleepover. Yet two males also on the premises on this all sleepover.
And I'm about to pull a picture up so y'all can get a visual of who she is and look at the party that she was around in the company that she was keeping that night?
Because it couldn't have been me. Seriously. I
She didn't
personally
even know these women
at all. She was acquaintanced with the owner of the house, and that's it. She didn't know any of the other women. And from the picture, I'm going to tell you, I could never be her because I would never feel safe in an environment where I am the only person that looks like me. Period.
Well, as you can see right here in the caption, it says that she was the only Black attendee of an adult sleepover party. She died that night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Yes.
So, all right. So let's check this out because it was a really interesting interview that her husband did with Miss Tamika Mallory, Fight the Power sister. Much respect.
Very much.
Mind you, okay, let me just say this a little bit. When they found her the next morning, she was face down with her fist balled up, her arms by her side. Now, if you fall from a 2-story house off a balcony, ain't you supposed to break something now? I know you're supposed to have contusion or something.
I mean, not just little facial scrapes and wounds and things like that. Yeah, there would be some kind of now there were some injuries to her body. However, I don't believe they ever were contributed to her death.
And from my understanding, this is some messages that were sent to her husband. It says, well, what kind of slept? Hello, sir. I know we've never met, but I'm here to tell you that your wife and the mother of your 6 children is deceased. Oh, yes, I am happy to report. Why is you happy to report that she was really drunk, trip landed face down in the backyard, and either through hypothermia, what is that? Postal asphyxia or aspirated on her own puke. Not sure which one. I know you have fond memories. Enjoy corralling these 6 boys who are now going ape-ish. What is that about?
Sure.
Do you need me to come over there and F you in front of everybody? Is that what you want, my little, look like might have said W. I don't know. You want people to see you get greetings from racist cracker, B-word, murder, cover up land. How are you? It's a nice rainy day. Good for digging shallow graves by the roadside. Good.
Now
that was screenshots of messages Christian sent to his girlfriends were obtained by the GBI and a message sent the morning of November 4th. Christian appeared to joke about notifying Horsford's husband of her death. Hello, sir. I know we've never met and blah, blah, blah. I read all of that. And child, why would you make a joke about that? But anyway, let's get into this interview, y'all. Let's get into this interview because it's very interesting. A lot of people don't know that she did this interview. But I watched this interview all the way through. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but y'all definitely got to see and hear what her husband said. And mind you, his emotions are 100% real. It's really sad what he went through, and nothing still never happened.
To this day.
There, make assumptions. Although I'm making an assumption that somewhere in there is where something went wrong.
I'm making an assumption too.
Right.
I've already made that
something went wrong.
Yeah.
Because she believed, from what I understand, from Summer and others, her sister Summer, that she would not have gone to a party where there were going to be men without you. So she must have believed, as she was told, that it would be women. And then at some point, men enter the situation.
Correct.
And now, do you know why it was stated that, do you know why she wanted to go home? Did anyone ever tell you what the issue was that made her decide it was time to go home? I know you said she didn't
nobody
really
had to tell me. There was a
Hold on. Sunshine, what we talked about earlier, how every one of them wanted to what?
Go home.
They wanted to go home.
Every
they wanted to go home.
Wanted to go home.
And that's because they felt something. But let's continue.
I'll be right back.
Little clip of a video that I don't know if it's even out there. I don't know who has it, but I remember seeing it. And I remember seeing my wife standing on one foot. She was standing on one foot with the not the heel, the arch of her other foot, like up into where her knee's at. And there was a lady, I think her name was Jen Morel or something. I don't know, but I think that's who it was, who she was talking to. And when she was talking to her, I've seen that face numerous times. I know that face. And she was not happy. She wasn't happy.
You could see that something was going on.
Oh yeah. And so I wanted to know what that conversation was about. And nobody has ever told me anything, because I know she was not happy during that conversation. And I could hear whoever was filming it, you could hear guys in the background. One said me too, and another one said me three. And then it cut out. And it was like a short clip. And so I know my wife, and she does not hold her tongue for anything. And the people, all the people there are diehard Trump supporters. I do not mean to bring politics into it, but my wife could not stand Trump. She thought he was a pig and a bigot. And I don't mean to bring politics into it, but I'm just telling you the way she felt. So I don't know if there was a conversation that went on about politics, and maybe she opened up her mouth and said something that they didn't like. And then, you know, I don't know if that happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
But something happened.
Something happened to piss her off.
Someone from and in the reporting that the police have shared, it's clear that at some point from the moment that you spoke to her and she seemed to be happy, that she decided she wanted to go home. And then what I have read is that people, that someone inside the party said she couldn't go home or shouldn't go home because she had been drinking, and obviously she didn't need to drive, but there was some conversation about her potentially ordering an Uber or something like that, and still they prevented her from leaving.
I don't know if there was a conversation about ordering an Uber.
Okay, I might be wrong.
I've never heard that.
Okay,
this
maybe
is
I'm
the first time I'm hearing that one.
Okay.
But one thing I do know about my wife, and this is, I mean, it may not be a good thing, but we're both from the islands, and we both grew up drinking, and she could handle the liquor. She could handle, I mean, and she would drink like straight shots of tequila, and she, you know, she didn't like really drink. You know, somebody said she was mixing Mountain Dew with, somebody at the party said she was mixing Mountain Dew with, my wife doesn't even drink Mountain Dew, you know, and it's like, there was just a bunch of things that they were saying that don't add up. But my wife would have made it home. I can guarantee you that 100%. 100%.
She would have made it home.
Oh yeah, 100% she would have made it home.
But she never called you to say, come get me.
No.
Okay. So do you think she was on drugs?
No. Well, if she smokes weed, if you call weed a drug.
Okay. And even in the toxicology report and all of that stuff that was done, is there anything, did they find any particular drugs or anything?
They found Xanax. They found Xanax. But the problem with what they found with the Xanax is it wasn't in her liver, which means that it was just given to her.
It wasn't in her liver. So it hadn't settled in her
It
body.
hadn't settled in
and
her
it wasn't
body.
something that she takes on a regular basis.
No, she doesn't take Xanax. She doesn't have a prescription for Xanax.
Okay, so now at what point are they saying that they found out that she fell over the banister?
After their original story that she tripped and suffocated in the grass, fell to crap because of all the different injuries she had on her. Because at first they were saying she was walking on a flat ground and tripped over a little thing maybe this high that holds the rocks or mulch or whatever inside. They said she tripped over that. She was so drunk that she tripped over that, fell face first into the grass, and just laid in the grass and died. That was their original story.
Okay, so how do you get two stories out of the actual truth? Because ain't no way you're going to fall over a balcony or you're going to just trip over some mulch.
And not at least try to break your fall. And that was another thing. Every single one of them said that she was face down with her arms beside her.
I ain't never seen nobody fall like that, not from so high. Like, no.
You want to try to, even if you're falling, unless you are unconscious when you are falling, you're going to try to, you're going to grab for that air. You're going to try to break your fall in some way, shape, or form. I have never seen a person fall, myself included, because I'm clumsy. I have never fallen and not tried to break my fall in some way, shape, or fashion and not hurt my wrist or something like that. Now, they all said that she was one way. Remember, she was face down, arms down. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the police got there, they said that she didn't look like that. They said that she looked like she tried to break her fall.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they said.
They took no photographs of her body, nor did they take photographs of the crime scene. Suppose
there's one picture of her out there. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up, but it's only one.
Mm-hmm. Just one. How does that constitute as proper documentation of a crime scene? Even if you thought it was accidental, it was a crime scene until you revealed otherwise. Fact or fiction?
Facts.
It's
definitely just not adding up.
It feels like they put no effort into this entire investigation.
Of course they did not. I'm finna pull up the house.
And the thing is, it was the fall. I understand that things can happen and freak accidents happen. However, from the depths of the fall, it doesn't seem like she would fall and just die.
Exactly. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pull these pictures of the house up right quick, and then we're gonna get back to the video.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold on. Let me share these pictures of the house right quick.
And it didn't look like there was any kind of very sharp objects where she could have hit her face and maybe cracked her temple and fallen and hurt herself.
And look at that grass. It's soft.
It doesn't look like that detrimental of a fall. I'm sorry.
No. You really could jump down there. You might experience some pain. But I'm just saying, but look at this. Look at this right here from the screenshots from the home security alerts. Right here it says the back door was opened at 1:57 a.m. Well, let's start right here. Front door was opened at 1:47 a.m. Front door was closed at 1:47. Back door was opened at 1:49. Back door was closed at 1:50. Back door was opened at 1:57.
Mm-hmm. That with the correlations of her going outside to smoke cigarettes, and also with the one friend leaving to go home with her husband because she didn't want to spend the night either. There were, I think, 3 or 4 of them that left. 3 of them actually left for the evening, and Tamala Horsford, wanted to go home, although she was made to stay because she was said to be too intoxicated to leave.
Baby, listen, y'all people better start listening to y'all first mind. Y'all first mind is not lying to you.
If I want to go home, I'm finna go home.
Right, ain't nobody gonna make me stay nowhere.
Because I'm grown.
That's just the end of the situation. I'm not fixing to stay nowhere where I don't want to stay.
And I don't mean no harm. However, it is what it is. I am not going to stay in a space where I am the only person that looks like me. I'm sorry. I don't feel comfortable. I don't. Especially sleeping over. And speaking of the sleepover, she was the only person that was sleeping alone. Everyone else had a sleeping buddy. The one girl, I believe her name was Stacy, said that they called each other on the phone, and she was downstairs and she was upstairs where they could be on the phone together. Why was she the only person sleeping by herself?
Exactly.
Why? I'm sorry. Once again, I'm sleeping by myself. I do not truly feel comfortable. I'm going home.
Hold on, Sunshine, because I didn't finish reading all of the security openings of the door. Here's another one that goes a little bit more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
The garage door was opened.
Why was the garage door?
I'm fixing to share it right now. All right, remember we talked about front door. Front door was opened at 1:47.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but before all of that, the garage door was opened at 1:39, closed at 1:40, opened at 1:40.
Okay, well, they did say that one of the ladies was waiting for her husband to come and pick her up. So that kind of correlates with now the one lady said, I forget which one of the women it was. Tamala went outside to go smoke a cigarette. She went with her because she was going to go wait for her husband. And they did say that the time frame of that 1:40, whatever time that was, it did correlate to the time that one of the women met up with her husband, came and picked her up, and she left the premises.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which time that correlated with. However, there was a later time around 4:10-ish, the 4:10-ish area, where they went outside to go smoke a cigarette, and the door closed, indicating that she actually went outside, and the door never opened again. So it was 4 a.m. until whatever time she was discovered that the door never opened. That the door never opened and closed again. So,
good. I do not like that picture.
I can't, because there's only one photo. I'm sorry. The picture in itself makes me uncomfortable because I don't trust those kinds of spaces. I don't trust the space where I am the only person that looks like me. I can't trust that space because I don't know what your true intent is. And not for nothing, I heard what's her name? Jean. I heard the interview that she did with the police, and it sounded like she was really jealous of her. So I don't like that. I don't like any of it. It made me uncomfortable just to be in this space, especially knowing that she wasn't truly friends with any of those women. Most of the women knew the one lady. Her name was Stacy. She invited, like, Jean and Stacy were friends or acquaintance. I don't know how they refer to themselves. It is what it is. And Stacy and the majority of the people. Tamala didn't know any of those women truly, except for Jean, the owner of the house. So I wouldn't have been comfortable spending the night, maybe a couple of hours, but spending the night there, especially with two men there that weren't supposed to be there in the first place, I'm not comfortable. I'm going home. I'm going home.
Exactly. Okay, well, let's listen to some more of this interview. Because it was... okay, so if something happened to somebody at my home, I'm going to make sure I'm going to cooperate very well.
Thoroughly.
And make sure they feel very comfortable and everything. But that ain't what happened.
How far? So this is a high balcony or one where you could live. You can make it.
No, I'm not even talking about the balcony. I'm talking about their story was walking. They said their original
outside walking.
Yeah, they said she was downstairs on the downstairs floor, basement floor, walking and tripped over something and just tripped over it and went straight in the grass from standing on her feet. That was their original story. Fell face first in the grass and just suffocated and died. That was their original story. But when they found all the bruising and all the beating and all the stuff that the coroner released, then they changed up their story. Oh no, she must have fell off the balcony.
Shout out to Caitlin Brown.
Stop.
Shout out Miss Caitlin Brown.
So what you're telling? So I thought the story was always that they believe she fell off the balcony.
Oh no.
So the story changed that she was. The first story was that
she tripped.
She was walking and she tripped over something on the ground, fell into this bushy
into the
area,
grass. No, not
died.
a bushy area, a grass yard. Now there are no bushes. Yeah, just a grass yard. Fell face first in the grass and just laid there and died. That was their original story.
So
how does that make sense?
That's so wild.
How does that make sense? How does it make sense that you trip and fall and die? Was there a stone there? Was there a pipe there that punctured like a major wound or like an organ or like artery or something? Did you crack your head on a rock and that's how you felt like your temple was busted? Like, how does make it make sense?
The math ain't mathing
at all. And never. No, I'm about to go to bed because I'm my pressure.
Let's listen.
So they know that story isn't working because there's bruises, and then I heard
injuries and all that
the
stuff.
injuries, the way in which she was laying, the hands, the whole thing. And so then they said, "Oh no, she fell off the balcony."
Correct.
Come on now.
Wow. Okay. So now talk about these injuries, because listening to your family, the injuries that they have explained to me sound like foul play. That's what they sound like, but of course I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you for 100% fact that you cannot get those injuries from falling off a balcony into the grass. Because okay, well, there's a lot of injuries that, well, I don't know if I should say them all because
you don't have to say a lot of them. Say whatever you feel is okay to say. Please, anything that you don't feel you should tell us, don't say.
This is the thing, is that a lot of people don't know the extent of the injuries, but I know them because, and this is going to shock some people, but when I went into the funeral home, I probably scared the shit out of everybody because I yelled, "What the fuck?" as loud as I could. I walked in and I saw my wife look like she had shoe polish on her face, black shoe polish all over her face. And I flipped out and I was like, nope. And I walked out and I told them, take that off of my wife. Take all that. Well, sir, I'm sorry, but we had to cover up the bruising and this and that. And I don't cover up the bruise. You don't cover up the bruising with black shoe polish. My wife is my color, you know, but yet her skin was this color. Oh, that like blackface. And so I was really pissed and I was gonna close the casket and just leave it a closed casket. This was for the viewing, not for the funeral, but for the viewing. And so my sons came out to me and said, "Dad, what's wrong, man? Dad, what's wrong? Dad, what's wrong?" And I said, you can't go in there. You can't see that. That's not your mom. That's not the way your mom looks. And they're like, Dad, I don't care. I want to see. I said, no. I said, these are grown man decisions. I don't want to see. I'm like, you're making a grown man decision. You're going to have to deal with it. And he's like, I don't give a fuck, Dad. I want to see. And that was my oldest at the time because he was pissed. And so I said, you know what? Okay, you want to make grown man decisions? Come on, let's go. So I went in with my oldest boy, and he stood next to me, and we both just stood there and looked at her, and neither one of us shed a tear because he looked nothing like her.
Wow, didn't even look like her.
They didn't look like her. And then they had, like, her wrist was all cocked up, and you could see where the bone had stuck out, like it was broken. And so then Gavin came up, which is not Peyton didn't want to go in at all. So the one after Peyton came in and he started walking up. I said, no. He said, Dad, come on. I said, you know what? It's your mom. Come on. And he walked up and he stood there and he didn't cry. And he looked at me and he said, Dad, that doesn't.
Now, how old is he?
He, at the time, right now, he's 14. At the time, he was like 11. Okay. 11, 12, right around there. He was 11 making 12. And so he looked at me, he said, Dad, that doesn't look like no accident. Wow. And from the time my child told me that, I said, you know what? I said, leave the casket open. I said, leave it open. Let everybody in here, if a 12-year-old can walk up and say, Dad, that don't look like an accident, I said, leave the casket open. Wow. And the family got upset with me a little bit because Tamala was a very beautiful woman. And she would have never wanted anyone to see her.
To see her that way. Yeah.
But for my son to tell me that, I was like, you know what? No, leave the casket open. If he can see it, I want everybody in this whole place to be able to see it. And then, so after that day, I left. I walked right out. I went straight home right after that. I didn't greet anybody. I didn't say hi to the people who came. I didn't do anything. I just walked out. Me and my daughter and my boys just left. And then, so I told them, get that off my wife's face now. Wow. And so the next day.
So she basically, the bruising that you're talking about, people saw it. And
well, they saw a black face.
They saw a black face.
But you could see her, like, you could still see her arm was all twisted up, like it was like it was bent back and broke. Her, you know, there was different swelling, and you could still see some of the bruising through the black face.
I believe that.
So they took it all off, and the next day for the funeral, we did do closed casket, but I wanted to go in, and I told them I want to go in and I want to see my wife with no makeup on, and I want to be alone with her. So me and my sister went in, and this is what nobody knows. We took pictures of everything.
Right, her body.
Everything. And it is impossible. It is impossible to fall. I don't care if you are Einstein, you cannot defy physics. It's impossible to have a ring-sized bruise on this side of your head, another bruise on this side of your head, a bruise right here, like a hard bruise here, one on the bridge of her nose right here, and another one down here. So how you get all over your head?
They took her to the basement.
That makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
It makes no sense whatsoever. She had other marks on her as well, that looked like defensive wounds.
What you say, Sunshine?
Or when she went outside to go smoke that cigarette, they ganged up on her. Mind you, remember they said she fell off that balcony. And they also said she never went outside to go smoke alone. She never went outside by herself to go smoke a cigarette outside anywhere every single time. That's what multiple people said that. So there's no accounting for who went outside with her each time, because it does account. It does account for that back door opening and closing. It doesn't account for her going back inside. However, that garage door opening accounts for someone else going back inside, does it not?
Mm-hmm. Let's keep listening because it's interesting.
And it was, you know, she had scratches on her arm. I pulled up her shirt, her sleeves on her shirt, on her dress. She had linear scratches on her arm.
Okay.
How do you get that from falling off a balcony into the grass?
So what did the police say about this? And what did the investigators say? I mean, I saw that your attorney has made statements about those bruises and has said
Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Because I wasn't telling anybody what I saw. I didn't tell. This is the first time I've ever told anybody what I saw.
Wow. Okay. But they did know that there was something about the apparent injuries, like the way that her arm was situated, that didn't seem in line with just one fall, as you said. That was sort of, that's something that I heard.
Well, it's not the way her arm was aligned, and it's not the way her arm was broken. First of all, she was right-handed. Her right wrist, like if you put up your hand like this is the only way you can get a break like that. If you put up your hand like this in a defensive posture and somebody hits you right there on your arm, this bone right here is the bone that was sticking out of her arm.
Oh my goodness.
That bone right there. But guess where her right hand was?
That's why you do.
Right
She went
next to her side.
So the
She
right
was laying
hand
flat
wasn't
on
like
her face.
this,
No.
where it could have been broken on
No.
impact. It was to her side.
It was all the way right next to her side. Her right hand was right next to her side, and she was completely face down. Nobody falls like that. Both of her legs were together. Both of her legs were together. Her right hand was by her side, and her left hand was at a 90-degree angle like this.
Now they were also
and
saying
they drug her there and put her there.
Like they moved her body, possibly. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna say they moved her body. I'm gonna say they put her body there. I will say that. I don't think she died there. I don't think she died there at all.
Me either.
Not with the marks that she had on her.
They can.
Okay. So now I learned that you and also I'm told that in the reports they claim they didn't know she was out there. So she had been, they don't know what time she fell. No one seems to know that. Is that correct?
Because you go to a party with a bunch of people and everybody goes to sleep at the same exact time. When does that ever happen?
Now I want
to found. Someone is asking who found her.
Wait a minute.
The
I can't hear you. Let me pause.
I guess the next.
What now?
I do want to say something about that. Now, each and every single individual in all the interviews I heard, they all stated that before they went to bed, that Tamala Miss Horsford went outside to go smoke a cigarette. So they all knew that she went outside, quote unquote. They all stated that she went outside to go smoke a cigarette. Everyone did. There was not a single person that did not indicate that they did not know that she went outside to go and smoke, because they said that she had caught a second wind. She wasn't ready to go to bed because she was asleep by herself. Everyone else had a sleep partner. She was not comfortable truly in being there. She was awake. She was up. She was trying to get people to drink some more, to play some more games and be more active. And everyone else wanted to go to sleep. And they all stated that when they wanted to go to bed, she went outside to go and smoke, and they went to bed.
Sound like an alibi to me.
Go ahead, though.
Next morning, the aunt found her. The aunt who was downstairs or whatever supposedly saw her and then ran upstairs to Jean's room with Jean and Jose and said, "There's somebody in the backyard."
I'm sorry. Pause.
Okay, so now
for 1 second. Now the aunt, before she went upstairs to go to Jose and Jean's room, she didn't go outside and check on Tamala. She prayed. She sat there and she prayed and she looked again. And then she decided to go to the room where Jean and Jose were. I do digress.
I learned about how you found out.
I apologize. Let me blow my nose. I've been crying.
It's okay. We'll give you some time.
That poor man in
So
his
guys,
fortune.
obviously, you know why I am really super concerned about this and why I'm having this conversation with Lee tonight, because something feels really wrong about what happened to Tamala. And, you know, to be quite frank, if what they say happened is what happened, then we just want to know that as well. But to be in a situation where it seems like it's just open and shut, and there's no real investigation, no real accountability.
That's the part.
That's not okay.
No real
so
investigation.
We're going to push for there to be a real investigation of what happened to this mother and wife and you know, beloved family member. So now,
I don't mind it being an accident. I don't mind it being an accident, but make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. And that's what I'm trying to say. Make it, if you can make it make sense to me, then I might go along with it. But every single thing that they've said so far makes not one bit of sense.
Right, right. Okay, so now, because we won't keep people more than another 20 minutes. We're supposed to do 1 hour. So now, I learned about how you found out, and it was the most heart-wrenching story I can't imagine again. So now, and I hate to ask you to talk about that, but I would love for you to explain to folks how you found out that your wife was dead.
I was upstairs using the bathroom, and somebody was beating on the door downstairs. So I yelled out to Jaden, "Hey, Jaden, go get the door. You don't hear somebody beating on the door?" And so he ran downstairs and came back up and to the bathroom, and he said, "Dad, there's a bunch of cops out there." I said, I was thinking it was something different. I didn't think that was a furthest thing from my mind. Me and one of my neighbors used to go at it back and forth all the time, and he had called the cops on me and Tamala numerous times for loud music, because we would have parties and all the people in the cul-de-sac would come, everybody else would come, but they wouldn't come, and they'd call the cops on us.
I'm not going to ask you who these.
No,
I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, there's no need.
But go ahead.
But so that's what I was thinking, and so I go downstairs, and I answer the door. I finish using the restroom, go downstairs, answer the door, and the cop says, "Is your name Lee?" And I said, "And what's this pertaining to?" And he said, "Is your name Lee?" And I said, "I'm going to ask you once again, what is this pertaining to?" He said, "Is your name Lee?" And I said, "Actually, no, it's not. It's Leander. But once again, what is this pertaining to?" And he said, "Well,
why do they have to be so rude?"
Exactly. And like,
you coming to deliver bad news and you gonna be rude?
It's because it was a man of a particular color. That's why. Forsyth is a very, very racist town.
What's the name of it?
Forsyth, I would like to say.
Georgia, right?
Forsyth, Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, now a little bit of history. There was like a public lynching of a black man for graping, lowercase g, capital RAPING, if you catch a drift, of a white woman, and they convicted and tried and put to death a black man with no evidence whatsoever, save the fact that he was the closest black man in proximity to the crime at the time. So this town was like built on racism. So it's not like they were going to investigate this crime because she was a black woman. Now, had she been a white woman, it may have been, you know, investigated with much more interest. However, it was not. Even one of the investigators was such a degenerate that he shared this private information with his girlfriends. And they had more of a moral compass than he did, because he shared pictures of Mrs. Horsford, and they turned him in.
A shame.
It's despicable.
It's ridiculous. Let's keep it going.
Well, your wife is deceased. So he said, it's about your wife. She's deceased. That was his exact words. It's about your wife. She's deceased. And I said, what? I said, no. What's it? I said, where's she at? And I went to go get my clothes and all this stuff, because I was thinking this is horseshit. I was thinking she got into a car accident or something like that. Somebody hit her or something like that. And they're like, oh no, it was an accident and this and that. And I was, oh, you can't go over there. Everything's been taken care of already. No, we don't want you going over there, this and that.
What you mean you can't go
So
over there?
I was sitting on the front porch with them, and they're like, well, it seems that there was an accident. It seems she tripped over something and fell in the grass and this and that. And I'm like, my wife tripping over something and falling in the grass? I've seen this girl drink half a bottle of tequila and dance salsa in 6-inch heels.
Thank you.
That's don't make no sense. She didn't trip over anything. And they're like, well, sir, that's where we're at right now, this and that. You know, would you like us to get her car? And I was like, what, really? That's what we're talking about right now? Well, and so he talked to his officer and told his officer, he said, go get her car. And so they went and got her car, and gave me her cell phone. And that was basically, well, if there's anything you need, here's my card. And then he scratched his actual cell phone number off of the card, but gave me the card. And I was like, no, I'm all right. It's fine. I had to find all the kids. They actually helped find all the kids. And then
who else was there with them when they came to your house?
no, it was a bunch of cops. I mean, a lot of cops.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a lot of cops.
Okay, turning the comments back on, because I'm turning the comments back on. I'm trying to turn them off and on because it's covering your face a little bit. But the reason why I'm asking who else was there is because it's been brought to my attention that, because someone in the comments asked, what was the profession of some of these individuals, some of the husbands and men and boyfriends, and even I guess some.
I know
of the
one of them worked with the police. He wasn't a cop, but he worked with the police, alongside the police. Jean's boyfriend was the one that worked with the police.
Okay, and later on, from what I understand, there are other ties that have now been uncovered about relationships with the police department, and even I think one of Tamala's friends mentioned that an individual who worked, I guess, in the department accessed her files to see what she was sharing.
That was Jose.
Oh, it was him. Okay,
yeah.
Good. So it was him. Okay,
yeah.
Right. So this guy,
he got fired.
Is the boyfriend.
Yep.
Who was in the house.
Correct.
Somehow that night that wasn't necessarily supposed to be there, was there, and actually has some relationship with the police department.
Correct. 100%.
Wow. Interesting. He was a prison guard, I think someone says here.
No, he wasn't. I think he's a probation officer or something like that.
So, but he worked within the system.
He worked with the side alongside the police.
Okay. And and is it not also true that someone else there, I think one of the women, had either been a court officer or who had worked within the system as well?
I don't know.
I think I heard that as well. And again, I'm trying to get things cleared up that may be misconceptions. You know, when you read stuff online, you never know what's true and what's not. However, he was working for the department, and now people are asking if he was fired.
Yeah, he was fired after he looked up her stuff. After he looked up Michelle's stuff.
After he went and accessed files that he was not.
Well, he was actually accessing. he wasn't accessing Michelle's stuff in the beginning. He was looking up what the police knew about Tammy's case.
Okay, so to be clear for folks, Michelle is Tamala's friend who has worked really hard to try to bring forth information that she has found out. She also is a woman who knows some of these individuals.
She do got one comrade, and it is a white lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She says she can't. She says to this day she still can't rest because
Michelle
she
Brady.
knows.
Very much so.
She
Yes.
said she knows something happened to her friend.
I looked up online. She has her cover photo is the pictures of her and Tamala. Like, she is really going, like, she don't want to stop until she knows what happens to her friend. I give her credit. Yes, she does.
And what year did this happen in? Because this is not freshly new. This happened. Did it happen in 2017?
2018.
18. Okay.
Yeah. It's actually been November. I want to say it was November the 4th, 2018. This is what happened. And it's from November the 8th until November the 20th is when they allowed, like, people to, like, you know, get their stories together. So it's been some time. It's been, what is it? It's been 4 years since Mrs. was unalived or perished or was unalived.
Let's keep it going, Sunshine.
Who lives in the community. She wasn't there that night, but she has an incredible amount of information that she's been able to uncover about different things that happened. And at some point she became the target of those people. I'm not saying those individuals in the house, but she became the target of some individuals.
No, she became the target of the individuals in the house.
Well,
they all sued her.
I can say it. Right.
I can say it because I sat in the courtroom behind of her just to watch their faces, and no one looked at me. Right. Not one of them. And they all sued her for
and they have all
defamation or something like that.
Right.
And
so
I was sitting in the courtroom watching all of them and listening to them, and they didn't sound like grieving people. They sound like they were pissed that she was giving out information.
I want to say something about
so now, to be clear, after Michelle began.
Now, in regards to the friends that she had this party with, now, one of the friends, the woman that actually owned the home, Jean, she bought the one officer, the one that shared the images of the crime scene with his girlfriends. She bought them Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. Another woman, I want to say her name was Meredith or Mildred or something to that effect. I will go look it up and I'll put it in the comments later on in the evening. She baked them. She baked them cookies, and Jean bought them Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. And she stated that she didn't, you know, want people to think that she was doing anything to get favors from the investigation. And then she said, and I heard her say, I have to get to this funeral. Not that I have to go to my friend's funeral or her funeral or Tamala's funeral. I have to get to this funeral. There was no regard for her whatsoever at all. It's despicable. It really is. It's despicable.
It's sick. Just sick.
Yes.
Sickening. Let's continue on because he got to say this one little thing that about the case that I need everybody to hear.
Began to present conflicting information and things that she was hearing from other people, because, you know, people talk, they share details, and she started piecing together what she believed was her own investigation. And as she started to put that information forward, she became the target of individuals who were involved, relationships, if you will, that gets really, really dangerous. Now, people are saying that the video is paused. I hate to hear that. What happened? Oh, man. Are we back? Can you all see us?
I'm here.
Okay, you and I are here. But I don't know. Okay, maybe. Okay, it's back now. Great, great. So you start to find out that people have connections with law enforcement. And it seems to me, just me giving my very, very novice opinion, that the way in which this case was opened and closed so quickly, and then to find out that the guy in the house who wasn't supposed to be there, he accessed files, one, to see what the police knew about what was going on. But then the second set of information that he was caught accessing was Michelle's, the woman who was beginning to uncover her own pieces of information about what took place.
Yeah, that's from what I've heard, yes.
Right. Okay. So that to me is very, very troubling, because it seems like, usually with cases, many cases that we've been involved in, it takes forever and no one knows anything. And you go on for years and years and they can't find things out. And, they're still investigating. But for some reason in this situation, quickly, they were able to investigate and determine that it was 100% an accident, even though you and your family's attorney and others have stated that there were things about the way she was positioned, the bruising, and the storyline from that evening that don't add up, that need to be investigated more, and it has not been.
Yes.
So at this point, what are you all asking for? I know there was a petition that we're going to share to get the case reopened.
The case
and it has been reopened,
but
right?
Reopened by GBI, and the problem is I think that the GBI are the ones who kind of fouled it up in the first place. So I would like for someone bigger than the GBI to be able to come in and actually really question these people that were in this house, and not question them while they're sitting on their couch in the house and everybody's all comfy and nice and stuff like that. I mean, I've never heard of anything like that.
Now, mind
and
you,
the GBI has a history.
Mind you, all of these women were permitted to sit amongst each other.
When do they do an investigation like that?
They were permitted to sit amongst each other. And also, it took days, weeks from like, I want to say they said from November the 8th until November the 20th to get individual accounts of what happened. That means these women and those two men had time to collaborate together to say what happened. And mind you, the fact that every single one of them said that Miss Tamala Horsford was laying face down with her arms to her side, in contradiction to what the police report indicated. I mean, come on now. Come on. Make it make sense. Because I don't do math, because I read words and I play music and I know languages. However, make the math. Because I do know that sometimes 1 + 1 = 3, but 1 + 1 will never equal 4.
Facts.
Come on now.
Well, at the end of the day, I think that we have basically understood. We could definitely go further into this, but y'all go and follow us on TikTok at Dab TV. We will start putting more information about different things that we do on the show there. Because we're going to get ready to go ahead and end this. We've been up here for 2 hours. I think we filled you up with a lot of information. You can find this interview on YouTube if you want to finish watching it. But you're right. None of these women were surrounded by friends. But I want to give you 15 indications of what to look for in a frenemy, a fake friend, before we get ready to go.
Please let me know, because I need to.
Okay. Number one, they don't support you.
Facts.
I don't care what type of good stuff you got going on. They always got an excuse to not come through and support.
Facts.
Okay. It don't matter what it is. Number two, they're overly competitive with you.
Facts.
Okay. And make sure you just follow me, follow Sunshine, follow the Truth About the Boss, because I'm going to go more in depth with this 15 list. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up with 15, but I'm going to go more in depth with the 15 list.
Hey, boss, after we end this, how about they take it to your TikTok and we'll go into the 15 things. How about that?
It's whatever.
Oh,
yeah. Number three, they make you feel bad about yourself. Like you're winning right now. You're doing great things. Have you ever had a friend say, must be nice?
Or
when you do something good, or you make a new purchase, or you got a new outfit, must be nice. That's underlying hatred. Okay. That's a backhanded compliment, honey.
Yes, there you go, right there. Those are the words I was looking for.
They turn others against you, and then turn around and tell you that person don't like you. To make you mad at them, to make you feel like they your only friend.
It's because they told them, that person, not to like you, and now they want to misconstrue how they don't like you, because they want to make you their only focal point and not understand why that person don't like what you. Now they don't want you to talk.
Exactly, they gossip behind your back, honey. They always need attention. And thing is this, as a friend, we know that we grown. We have things going on. We might not talk for 2-3 weeks at a time, but a real friend gonna know that, hey, it's all good. I know you've been busy. Send a little quick text. You ain't got to be the center of attention all the time. They peer pressure you. Yep, sure do. Even if like you want to leave, but they don't want you to leave. You tired. You didn't had enough for the night, or you decide I don't want to go out this weekend. You don't never want to do nothing with me.
Or you always in the house. You always doing it on the third. You're not going. No, they want you to stay in the same stagnant place that they are in. Period.
They're narcissistic.
Now, people. I really and truly want to say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. People throw the word narcissistic around like it's air. They really do. And they don't truly understand what the word narcissistic means. Narcissistic does not mean someone that needs you to actually and truly validate them as a person and their needs, because you're negating them and neglecting them. And people truly do use that word narcissistic for that reason, because they know they are guilty of not performing at their highest capacity. So stop throwing that word narcissistic around, because you know you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Because see, the thing about it, a narcissistic person, they self-absorbed, they self-obsessed.
Exactly.
Always seeking attention.
Exactly.
And they superficial. Like you know, if you're going through something, they're gonna find a way to make it about them. In the end.
However, exactly, and it's not in a retrospect. It's just in a where did that even come from? Kind of sense. It has no correlation to anything that you're saying. It's like, where did that come from?
Holding grudges. You're my friend, and we go through something. You're gonna hold a grudge, baby. That ain't your friend, baby. X them off the list. They're jealous of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a lot of situations of jealousy tonight.
Most definitely.
Jealousy was definitely exemplified during the show tonight. They emotional dump on you, which that means they always bringing their problems to you in a ventful type way. Yes, it's okay to vent to your friend, but you dumping problems, baby, that could be fixed at the drop of a dime. It's just your behavior that you keep doing every time you turn around. You got the same behavior.
Mm-hmm. It's one thing to come and vent to your friends for problems. It's another thing to vent to your friends for problems and then blame them because they can't fix your issues.
Exactly. Energy vampires. I'm talking about they'll suck the energy right on out of the soul. They'll suck the soul out of you. When they start coming around or you talk to them for a little while, you just feel so drained.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. I already said this one. They hold grudges.
Mm-hmm.
Childish. Very childish.
For no reason. And it's like, and it's not even grudges that matter. Because there are grudges that matter because there's a principle of it. It's just childish BS. That's what that means.
They're focused on appearances.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Focused on, and let me go a little bit further with this one. The way a friendship looks on camera is more important than how it looks in real life.
Okay, so I'm going to let y'all into my life for 10 seconds. Last night, I was awakened. Now, mind you, I work. I have like a full-time job that I work Monday through Sunday. I got Wednesdays and Sundays off. Okay? I was awakened at 3:08 in the morning by my neighbor because someone posted something she didn't like on her live. That's too much. Y'all invest too much in being seen by people that do not even matter.
Yep.
Like truly. And I mean this, and I mean no disrespect to people that like us, real shit, like us, that make our money being seen. There's a thing of being seen for the right reasons and being seen for the wrong reasons. Stop trying to be seen for the wrong reasons. That's all.
Number 14. They judge you. They can't never see what they doing wrong, but they always see what you got going on. And last but definitely not least, They only reach out when they need you.
Hair flip again, boss. Do it again.
They only reach out when they need you. I'm talking about when something good is going on in your life, or they don't call and say, congratulations, good job, or shoot your tail. But soon as they need some, will you?
Do you got? Can I borrow? Can I have? Now, boss, let me tell you something about life. This is on some true thing. I have a cousin. She only calls me when they need something. Now they up. They living their best life. They came and visited me the other day. Oh, I got this, I got that. I was like, oh, so can I get some money? Can I get something? Can I get something? Can I get something? The same way I gave to you, can you give to me?
Can you pay me back? How about that?
What was it, boss? Crickets. Crickets. Be mindful, y'all. Be mindful of those that ask of you, but cannot give to you.
Not only that, if you ask to borrow something, make it your dang on business to pay it back. I don't care if your friend is a millionaire. If you borrow $50 from them, that ain't your money.
And my thing is, if I if I borrow 75, I'm giving you back 100. If I borrow 100, I'm giving you back 1.25. Because my thing is this, I know a lot of people and they are not as willing to help others. You know what I'm saying? So if you can help me, I'm very appreciative and I'm going to give you back what I owe you and then some to let you know I'm good on my word.
You know, if I really snap out on the people that be trying me, I might be in jail. That's why I really need God in my life, and I need prayer, and I need my spirituality, because I be so tired of how people act. They put on an act like they so for you, or this ain't just a friend. This is actually family do this stuff as well. And I could go into so many scenarios. Like, this is episode number what? 56?
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to have some of them same family members that always asking me to do so, to support me. So I already know what time it is, but I have shut that same support that I was giving. I ain't got nothing for you no more, bruh. Sir, I ain't got nothing for you because I see you ain't for me. You fake. And I have come to a big conclusion that it ain't nothing I can do for you. I don't want you around me. Stay off from around me. How about that?
Somebody that I hold in high regard told me that people don't want to see me shine because they don't want me to shine brighter than they ever could. Because they see a light in me that they have never seen within themselves. Mm-hmm. And this is someone that I love and I know loves me, and I know this person can see me. Mm-hmm. So I take what she said lightly, and I fully understand. And it's so funny because it's like, I haven't known this person for long, and they understand everything about me as a person because they have taken the actual time to learn who I am. And honestly, that's, you know what that is? My word of encouragement. You have to take the time to actually find and be around people that want to know who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. To know how you speak, to know how you move, how you walk, and how you talk. You don't need these frenemies around you that are just living in your light and want to diminish your life because they don't have that drive within themselves. You need to be around people that want you to exceed your wildest expectations, that see more within you than you see within yourself. And on really, in my big old age, I am grateful to have found like a singular being that does that thing. Truly.
I hear you on that. I definitely hear you on that, because one thing that I have realized that I'm so proud of now is that I don't need applause. I don't need people lying to me. I don't need people supporting me, because I put all of my energy into my spirituality with God. And the one or two people that I know actually give a damn about me as a person.
Hey, major
I don't even care for these people. Matter of fact, I wish you the best. But you ain't never got to come around me no more, and I promise you I will be just fine. And that goes for a lot of people. It really do. But I find myself not even focusing on that stuff anymore. I focus mainly, like I said, on my relationship with God and the 2 or 3 people that I do actually trust, and it's probably just 2. It's probably just 2. So, you know, I'm cool with that. But overall, don't be a fake person. If you fake, look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm fake. I don't want to be fake no more. God, can you heal me of my fakeness?
Mm-hmm.
Because you want people to come and support you, and you want to throw slick shots all day on Facebook, but you ain't never encouraged nobody else. Or when you do something, you want to have firecrackers, everything, but people doing stuff every day. You just took it upon yourself to do something once out the month, and you want everybody to run to your rescue. But see, you hadn't planted a seed of love. Okay? You haven't planted a seed of love. And that's why don't nobody want to fool with you. Like, it's so funny because I be so cooling with my own energy in my own space.
Thanks.
I promise you, I could just stay in the house all day doing me and not be bothered by people.
I go to work. Other than that, I be by my damn self.
And I get more satisfaction out of the strangers than I do the people that I actually know, because they don't treat you right. They think they know you, and they think they can do you any kind of way. But with that being said, stay focused.
Yes.
Be your authentic self. Don't change for them people. Baby, that's a workaround for those type of people. That see that sage right there? That sunshine light? Get in the habit of meditating and saging and praying. And baby, you can block them out like you ain't never blocked nothing out in your life. And you also will be protected.
No, definitely. And people need to learn to be true to who they are as a person. Forget the clout, forget the friendships, forget what anyone else says about you. If you stand 10 toes down on what's right, because it is right, there's nothing better than that. There's never a second guessing of your spirit, your soul, your conduct as a person. Never that. Because you know what's right, and before anything else, you stood for that wholeheartedly.
That's right. And with that being said, we are out. You can catch us over at TikTok for about 15 minutes. We ain't gonna stay too long, but we're gonna have a little talky talk. Who knows? We might do 30. Sunshine, this is the longest show yet. We've went 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Because I be running my mouth. I be having things to say, and I like conversation.
True that. Well, y'all be looking out. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Make sure you go and like Brandy Brown Media and Photography. And just show love, y'all. Cut all that foolishness out. Just show love.
Definitely.
Now, with that being said, be on the lookout for the website, and we also will have our wonderful mugs for sale. Support Black businesses, support small businesses, support people who are authentic. Let's not make it black and white, because I've come to a realization that I'm Black, but I ain't for all Black people. And that's a fact, Jack. Okay?
I'm down for a person's spirit.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
That's right. All right. We'll see y'all next episode. Millionaire Pending.
Be safe and do remain healthy.